Pisces, this gonna be your reading. This gonna be your reading. You could possibly have a stalemate situation playing out in the back, right? Whoever this person is, they playing a lot of music, like a lot of love songs. Cause I hear that song by Ella May. I don't want to mess this up. Could it be that I'm in love? So somebody is playing love songs thinking about you. And they don't want you to think that they're trying to hurt you. They feel very nervous by you. They also feel very nervous by your reaction. So I don't know what you two could have went through recently. They were shocked that you were able to find something out. So you were able to find something out, Pisces, that you could have brought to somebody's attention. They're shocked that you were able to find out. And they're almost embarrassed, but they're nervous. All right. So let me, I don't know why too, the significance of a falcon or a dolphin, a bird, something to do with a bird. You could feel more drawn to bird or spiders. And for some of you, I hear like, I hope she or he learned their lesson. You could have been purposely trying to make someone feel some type of way in order to teach them a lesson. All right. So if you did separate from someone, if you could be possibly giving someone the silent treatment, you're doing it intentionally. You want to teach them a lesson. You want them to remember you or remember what they've done to you. And you want it to be very clear with this boundary that you are creating. But they're very nervous. They're very nervous. And they're it's almost like they're once again shocked that you were able to find out, almost wanting to know how you found out. Spirit wants you to know all the answers that you've been seeking is in your higher self. So there's something that you know already. There's something that you know, and your higher self knows it. Your body even knows it. Your body has been sending you signs about whatever it is. You could be watching a lot of tarot. You could be investing a lot of money in going to different tarot readers to see if they will tell you something different. So you could have 3 tarot readers and you could have 3 different tarot readers, and you could be seeing who's telling the truth. And the thing is, everyone is giving you the same information. So it's almost like, and your body already gave it to you. Your body lets you know this information prior to you even going to readers. So you know what you know, and you have to make a decision from there. I even hear reconciliation. But what is this reconciliation? Because it doesn't... I even see like a gathering, like you're going a gathering, maybe family from a distance, maybe you're reconciling with family. And somebody reaches out to you that you felt like, I didn't even think that they would notice me. I didn't even think that they would recognize me. Somebody that you didn't expect to hear from or to reach out to you actually does. And this makes you happy. Let me tell you something. If you cut somebody out your life, or if you stopped sleeping with a particular person, you could have been sleeping with somebody. It could have been friends with benefits. It could have been somebody that you were living with, and you both now live separately. So one or the other, you either live together and now you live separately, or you could have just had a friends with benefits. You separated from this person. And ever since you separated from them, it's like you're more focused on your goals. You're more focused on taking your power back. You're going to find that you're more calmer, and there's so much excitement. Like there's so much excitement coming into your world. There's so much fun coming into your world. If you were going through a place of stagnancy and blocks, you're going to notice that the blocks are uplifted. It's almost like you could have been stuck, and you were stuck for a reason. If you felt like you felt stuck, Like no matter how much you wanted to like take off, or you wanted to do this, or if you wanted to do that, and you had all these plans, it's like no matter what you would try to do, maybe you felt held back energetically. You could have felt held you could have felt held back, whether it could have been fear or doubt, but there was just something. Maybe it could have even been like timing. Maybe source or your guides, God knew that it just wasn't the right time, and you're going to feel pushed forward. It's a lot of things that was like backed up. It could A lot of things that were backed up that you had no control over it, and you have to take your hands off of it, and now everything is just going to be pushed forward, but all at the same time. So many things taking off all at one time. And you're really excited. Like this is going to be a season of excitement, even fun. I see you being around a lot of people, like a socialite, you know. Like if you could have been in hermit mode, you're going to go from a period of hermit mode and stagnancy to lots of fun and lots of celebrating. I even see you could be going to a restaurant one day. You could be going out to brunch another day. You guys can be doing like yoga or fitness. Like you just have a lot of different things going on. Your plate is full. How come I don't see love besides this person that you yeah, you get lots of recognition. And you know, Spirit wants you to know, for many of you, you were standing in your own way. You didn't believe that you could do it, and you actually can. Something that you were holding back on, or you just didn't feel to do it. Something you've been putting off, something you've been postponing, and you finally do it, and you get lots of recognition. Spirit also wants you to know fault finding and blaming is not going to help you heal. Fault finding and blaming and romanticizing over the past and what coulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda happened is not going to help you at all. It's not going to help you grow. It's actually going to stagnate you and cause you to have emotional crashes. So just be careful about like your mind, and be careful like with blaming. I just feel like also take accountability for your part, because when you take accountability for you and your choices and what you've allowed, it gives you the power, right? But if you keep blaming Samantha, or you keep blaming Matthew for what they did and how they hurt you, and you don't say like, well, damn, you know, they did have red flags, or they did tell me, you know, there's so many things in it that it could have been prevented. Like it doesn't only have to do with the person who hurt you, it has to do with your own self. So it's almost like you taking it back into your hands and saying, well, where did I go wrong with this situation, and what can I do in order to correct it to move forward? Because some of you could be stuck into the blame so heavy, and it can cause you bitterness and resentment. But as soon as you start to see the lesson in it, you'll be freed. You got so many blessings. You got so many blessings coming for you. Some of you guys, like, you could have been in a moment of like rest, and you received so many like revelation, so much truth. You could be meeting someone new too, because I don't know. I just heard like I've been arrested before. Who been locked up? People be getting locked up. That's not surprising. You could be meeting all different types of people. You could be going to a social event or a social networking event, but you just meet lots of people. A lot of people, you get a lot of numbers if you go out. If you go out, you get a lot of numbers. You meet a lot of people. And you have a lot of new connections, which is also good, because I feel like it could be networking. Yeah. You learned the truth about someone. You could have been in your head about them. You were trying to be patient and wait for them to come out and tell you the truth themselves, but they didn't. You found out the truth anyway. You felt very mentally conflicted when it came to this person. You could have been overthinking a situation or second guessing yourself, even though your intuition already told you, even though you could have went to a reader and a reader already told you, you could have still been in your mind about it. And you're finally going to withdraw from the situation. I think it makes you sad. but you know you got to do what you have to do for you, you know? And this shows like lots of awareness. You have all that you need to know about this person to make the right decision and move away from them. Let me see about this love begins. I think I did tell you you have new options. Let me see. Yeah. Some of you could be, you could possibly have a brand new beginning when it comes with a Cancer. You could be working on something. You could be working on a connection. I hear like I have a soft spot for you. Somebody has a soft spot for you. And I hear they do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. Like whoever, be careful of people who will talk crazy because they want clout. Like some people can do crazy things just to get clout, just to get attention. Some people could be, I don't know, but I just heard they do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. Like, I don't know, somebody using your name and trying to run it through the mud because they need clout. They need attention. They need to feel like there's somebody important when they're, you know, like they'll do anything for clout. Be careful of who you surround yourself by, because there's could be someone who's close to you that you could have gained awareness about. Like they'll do anything for clout, anything for the hype. And I hear like the principle. You could be mad at the person because the principle of the situation. It's like the principle of it. Why would you do that? So anyway, someone is going to find you to be very, very special. They like you a lot. They've been thinking about you or daydreaming about you. You could have just had a conversation with them. You could have met them in a passing and they've been thinking about you. They find you to be very, very special. Some of you short. You could be short but special. I don't like the way that sounded. That sounded weird. All right, what's going on? Oh, I love this. There's so much beautiful things that are happening to you, you know, and with the Empress and balance, it's like you're in a good energy. Some of you too, like possibly even becoming pregnant. You could have 5-5. You went through a big change when it came to love. There was a big change when it came to love. You had to free yourself from someone. You had to free someone. You had to free yourself from someone who was not accountable. They weren't accountable for the choices that they made. And at first they were clever. They were exciting. You really wanted to stick around them, but that you found out that they were very deceptive and deceitful. You know, you had to pull yourself away from this situation that could have caused you a lot of disappointment. And I hear like they feel emptier than you. If you feel like you went through it, if you felt like you were disappointed, they feel more emptier than you. They feel really empty. They feel more emptier than you. Like, and they tried to create a false scenario about you, and it was just to make them feel better. You know, it's almost like I feel like I have whoever this is, they have the inability to take accountability for what they've done. Because I feel like I want to tell you that I was wrong, but I refuse to. Like, I want to block it out. So if somebody did you wrong and you've been looking for a sorry and they won't say it, it's because they refuse to. It's like every time the truth even comes to them, they will create they created a story so that they won't have to face what they done to you. They created a story so that they won't have to face what they done to you. Can you imagine? It's like they refuse. It's like a block. Like they could have trained their mind to block out. They only want to hear what they want to hear. They only want to see what they want to see. They refuse. So it's even like if you were trying to like defend yourself against this person, or you were trying to approach them because you wanted to put it all out there. If you approach this person, it's like they would like shut you off or try to find a way to act like they're not even listening to you. And they would do this on purpose because it's a person who refuses to face themselves, or a person who struggles to admit when they're wrong. So they'll even probably say like, oh, I don't remember saying that to you. I don't recall that moment. Or I don't know what you're talking about. And look you in your face. And you're just like, so if there's someone who's been invalidating you, if there's been someone who you've been trying to point out how they hurt you and they should have never done it to you, they refuse to look at it. They refuse to address it. Not and they won't address it with you because they refuse to address it with themselves. This is someone who does not want to see themselves. They refuse to. And when I'm telling you, like, a refusal, it's a strong refuse. It's almost like if you were to speak to them and bring it up, they would get like hard and defensive, like their body would almost close off. It's like, you know, let me show you an example. When I'm not tense, I'm like this. When I get tense, I get like this. People who clench up their shoulders, they're tense. People who drop down their shoulders and they're more like laid back, it just shows relaxation. If I tense up like this, it means like I refuse. It's like my body is closing off. Whoever the person is, they would close off to the idea of even having to take ability or acknowledge what they've done to you. So it's almost like, I don't want to say, can I say this? If you want to approach somebody who has this type of personality, you do it for you. You don't do it because you are waiting for them to validate the experience that you went through with them. If you felt like they hurt you, if you felt like they betrayed you, if you feel like they were doing things that could have caused you some deep emotional pain, you have to validate it with yourself. You just have to know that this was my experience and this is how I feel. If you vent to them for you, just to get it off your shoulders. But don't do it with the intention that you want them to validate or apologize to you, because this person refuses to. They're numb to it. That was a lot. That's going to be for somebody that's been waiting for someone to take accountability for what they've done. They've made a conscious decision not to do it. You know, they won't. They will not. Ooh, child, baby, anybody got time? It could have been somebody that you had a family with, somebody you were trying to build a family with, someone you could have had children with. It's like, or it could be like a mother, a father. It could be a parent, or it can just be someone who you are trying to grow a family with, or someone who you have a family with, you have children with, and you know, I've wasted this many years on you. I thought you would be different. I thought you hurt me. Don't. I mean, you do it, yes, but don't do it with the intention that you're looking for them to feel sorry for you, because they won't. It's like somebody who's not even emotional, or they try to cut off their emotions, or they'll try to tune you out. You know? All right. And so if you had to leave somebody out in the cold because you couldn't connect to them, you couldn't connect to them at all, you could have went through a whole spiritual transformation, and you could have had a lot of truths revealed to you from spirit, and it's almost like you have to rebuild your foundation. And the good news is you have someone new coming in. So it shows love begins, and it shows foundation. It also shows a soulmate card. This is the Cancer card. It could be a Cancer who's about to rush into your life. It could possibly be a fire sign. It could be even two people. But some of you're going to have to just release someone who refuses to take accountability. I'm talking about, like, they seem to me like cold on the inside, you know, like they have a problem with apologizing. Somebody who's very, very prideful. They're very, very prideful. And they're also kind of cold, and they're awful when it comes to communication. This is how you'll know who they are. They're awful when it comes to communication. And if you bring it up, they will even go as far as trying to punish you. They will punish you for trying to hold them accountable. So you gotta know who you're dealing with. You gotta know who you're dealing with. Some of you guys some of y'all got a problem. Those types of personalities, oh my God. Somebody is gonna send you flowers. And you know what it is too? Speak to someone else about the person. Because I hear someone, you may go to a therapist, you may get life coaching, you may even just have a friend, and they're there, or like a family member who really loves you, or someone who you have a shoulder to cry, they're going to tell you that you didn't deserve it. So the validation of your pain, it will not come from this person, it will come from an outside source. Because I see someone telling you that you did not deserve it. And you know, because when you're in those types of connections or around those types of people, you second guess yourself a lot. Like, is it me? Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. You do that a lot until one day you just like, nah, it can't be me. It can't always be me. There's something wrong. I feel like you could have been through a cycle like that where you finally woke up to the fact that all this time somebody's been lying to you or manipulating you, and every time you address it, they try to tell you, I didn't do that, or they just shut down completely and make you feel like you're crazy, and you're not. You're not at all. This is a real personality type, you know? So I'm going to go on to the extended Pisces. Let me see what else is going to happen with you and this person, and to see what's going to happen with the new love. But this is a very positive, abundant month for you, okay? It's like things are going to start to come fast for you. Fast. I send you love and light.